morning. I returned from church after driving to the train station and dropping Tommy. I went to the church, put up the flower decoration for Christmas, and now I realized I'm making my breakfast right now, that I'm very content with my breakfast because I'm eating self-made bread with 2 different jams. So I made myself. So plum, cinnamon, marmalade, and the elder blossom jelly. So I think that's breakfast goals accomplished, right? Hello everyone, today is December 21st and it's my 6th day of migraine, I would say. If you remember yesterday I said, oh, I'm not sure, but probably the migraine is over yet and it's only my sore head that's giving me the pain. No, it went on, and probably it will be tomorrow too, because it's dependent on the weather, if I have migraine or not. In 95% of the cases it's because of the weather, and the weather is very unstable, and it will be unstable tomorrow too. Very windy, so very stormy, way too warm for December, and it was already so cold. So that's the problem. If it was cold already and then the temperature rises quickly a lot, that causes migraine. Unfortunately for me, I guess it's different for every migraine patient, but for me it's the weather. So hopefully it's the suffering before the relief on Christmas Eve. I can take the pain, but I really would like to celebrate Christmas Eve without pain. That would be lovely. I have a square to show you. Today I knit 2 squares into my scrubby pillow cover. Yesterday I only knit 1. The day before yesterday I knit 3, so I'm 1 square behind. And it is here. 1, 2, 3. So these 2 are from today. And it's so sparkly. Isn't that fun? Yeah, and you see 7 are missing because it's a row of 10 squares. 7 are missing, so I could knit another one today, and then I have tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and Christmas Eve to finish it. And that's that inspired me to talk about something with you, and I would be very happy if you share your thoughts on that in the comments. Okay. As pretty much everyone else, I got behind on my advent knitting, and I didn't stress about it until now. So I knew that could be happening. I knew the chances were good, big, high, whatever, that I don't finish one of my advent projects, the cowl or this one or the garland. So I finished the garland. That was a quick process item, so a quick process crochet item. I finished that, so I can use that on my Christmas tree. Yeah, but I really would like to have the Christmas pillow cover by Christmas. So my thoughts in my head are now Christmas season is until next year, mid of January. So why are you stressing, Anna? Then I think, yeah, but I really would like to have it on the main Christmas celebration days. And it feels like when Advent is over and you were knitting on something for Christmas and then Christmas is here, at least for me it's often the case, I like to start something new or work on something different, or at least stop that rigid, you must knit that and you have to finish that. It feels like a preparation for the feast, and if it's not done, it's like, oh, okay, then it can wait until next year. You know what I mean? But I really would like to finish it, just to have it finished and to be able to use it. But I don't want to stress over that. So there are two opportunities, two possibilities, I would say. There's this easygoing approach, like knitting should be fun, it's our leisure time, we shouldn't stress about that, etc. That's the easy approach. But there's also joy in achieving something and accomplishing and finishing things. And most of the times this joy is bigger for me. But the joy during the process is not always bigger. Yeah, what would you do? I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with my migraine. If I wasn't in pain every single day, the entire day, I would have made more progress and I would see it a little bit more relaxed. But now that I also have the migraine, everything looks a little bit darker than it has to be. Yeah, so that's that. The cowl is already off the page, so but the cowl isn't something I need to finish by Christmas. I think it was very positive to have this force by the advent calendar. So there was the motivation to finish the first day, to knit the second day, and so on, and not to pile on something. So it was the nature of the advent calendar. But by the time I was getting behind, I thought, okay, a scrubby project is something I will always enjoy to work on, and I don't need that cowl right now, and I will be able to wear it the entire year. This Christmas item, not so much. So I won't wear it, I will use it on the sofa. Yeah, that's that. I still have Jordan Peterson on my mind when I say that. I watched today, I didn't finish it yet because it's a very long interview. I watched an interview, Jordan Peterson interviewing, I don't know the lady's name, I'm sorry. She's a biologist, evolutionary, not psychology, but something with evolution and behavior and so on. And it's very interesting, and I really like these long form content videos. That's funny because now that I'm making Vlogmas, I'm producing short form content, but I mean in nowadays even these videos are long form content when you take into consideration that, I don't know, how long is a YouTube short? 30 seconds or 60 seconds? And not to speak of TikTok. I have never used TikTok and I will never. But yeah, so in comparison to these videos, my videos are still, even the Vlogmas videos are long form content. But I really enjoy that, and I feel like there is a coming back of these kind of videos on YouTube. I don't know, call me old-fashioned. That was television back then. You put on a show and then you commit to it for at least an hour. Or if you watch a movie, 90 minutes or more. I like that, and I really like just watching and listening to people talk. I don't need cutscenes. I don't need 50 different angles. I don't need music laying over it or something. I really love interviews if the people are interesting. And I mean, Jordan Peterson is interesting, and pretty much everyone who is willing to talk to him is worth to listen to. Yeah, or like the interviews Michael Notes is doing for a year now, I think. He has so interesting people from all different areas of professions and belief systems and political opinions and so on. So interesting. And these videos are often 2 hours long. I definitely can recommend the video. I watched it twice or even 3 times, where he interviews Father Daniel. How is he called with his first name? Father Rehill. No, Father. I think Daniel Rehill. If I make a mistake now, I will put it on the screen. He is amazing. It's a priest from Manhattan. He was in, I think, in high finance before he became a priest. Became Christian and became a priest then. Very good interview. Yeah, I really enjoy these kind of things, and it's calming me. It's calming me to listen to sane voices in this crazy world where it seems like everything goes, even illogical things. So just sane, normal people who talk calmly, I enjoy very much, and you learn a lot. Today I took you with me, I think, to the, how it's called, is it a pet shop? You can't buy pets there, but everything for your pet. So Fressnapf it's called here. Fressnapf is a funny name for the store, because the Fressnapf is the food bowl your dog uses. Yeah, I don't know how it's called in English. I'm sure you will tell me. So I bought Benny's food. He will get extra treats now during the holiday season because my freezer is full, and usually he gets raw meat, and I don't have so much space for all the raw meat for the next 2 weeks. So we tried a can. It's not so easy to find something he can eat without having problems. So we found something, and I think it's nice to switch it a little bit so he tastes different things. I mean, he gets his treats every day, but it's always the same meat because I can't try other animal proteins now because I always risk that he gets infections. Very bad infections. We had this 2 times this year now. We started with 1 infection in the beginning of the year, if you remember my daily dedication videos. And we had, so Benny had his last infection in October, and that was very, very bad. Even worse than in the beginning of the year. So I don't want to risk that. So we stay with this 1 type of meat. And thankfully he can digest it well raw and cooked. So that makes it possible to store it outside the freezer. I baked 2 breads today, actually to free up space in the freezer, because I still had mashed pumpkin I cooked in advance. Yeah, so if I want to make pumpkin bread, I just have to put it out of the freezer and use it, because you can't buy it in a can here in Germany. I have never seen it. I know that's a thing in the US, but I have never seen it in Germany. So I always have to cook the pumpkin myself, and, you know, I don't know how it's called. Is it mashed? To mush something? I don't know. And a yogurt bread, because I had yogurt left over in the fridge and I didn't know what to do with it, so I made this bread, so we have enough bread for the next days. What I didn't think about was that, yes, I freed up space in the freezer, but it will be filled with the breads again, so nothing to win here. But we have delicious bread, and I decided to bake a cake for... I was thinking to bake it tomorrow, but I want to. I have to do other things tomorrow, and Tommy only. And Tommy, when Tommy has tomorrow his short working day. Fridays is always short, and when he is done with work, I really want to start into vacation mode. Or is it vacation? No, holiday off work mode. I don't know what it's called, because we say vacation to the off time from work too, even without traveling. And I really want to start into that mode right now. When he says I'm done, I want to have free time and enjoy the time with him, and not having to deal with baking, cooking, cleaning and so on. So I decided to bake today, and tomorrow I had to do the other things. And yeah, I cleaned again today. All these boring things. It's not so interesting to talk about. And I had to take a nap because of the migraine pain. Usually I can't do that during the day, and I didn't really sleep. I snoozed a little bit. I was semi asleep and awake. But I was very exhausted, and I'm still exhausted just from the pain. If you have pain every single day, the pain doesn't only hurt, it also exhausts you. It's so exhausting. It's like, ugh. Yeah, as if my brain is doing sports all the time like this, and that's making me very tired. But let's hope I only have to suffer through this to be able to celebrate Christmas without any pain. Is there anything else I want to talk about, or I want to ask you? Oh yeah, there is another thing. Another topic I'm happy to hear what you think about. So there's this one topic, you know, how do you deal with slumps, or if you feel pressure to finish something and so on. And I might or might not receive a Switch OLED this Christmas. Yes, call me a late adopter. We can talk about this later. And I know, so I love gaming, but I'm a casual gamer, okay? I really would like to be this kind of gamer that commits to one game and to play through this game, and even maybe a whole series of one type of game for years, and be invested and know all the lore and everything, and finish games. But I am not. Because I have too many other interests that get into the way of gaming. So I'm usually playing games like, for example, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley. Back then in the days when it wasn't woke, I played The Sims. And what else? Yeah, I also enjoyed in the past the Mario games. I have to try them again. I don't know if I'm still enjoying platformer games. I really enjoy role-play games as well. I enjoyed Skyrim as far as I came. I didn't finish that because I played it on the PlayStation. That was a stupid decision. I didn't know that games can come out on different platforms without being meant to be for that platform. I'm a kid from the 90s, okay? When we bought a game for the Game Boy, for the PlayStation, or for the Nintendo we had, so the Super Nintendo, Super Nintendo, SNES, yeah. You know, back in the day, you probably remember, there were Nintendo games and there were PlayStation games, and you couldn't get the PlayStation games for Nintendo and the other way around. Nowadays, I mean, it's awesome. Nowadays you can pretty much play every game on every console, and even on PC and Steam Deck. But that doesn't mean it will work properly on every platform. So, and I didn't know back then that Skyrim was meant to be played on the PC. I didn't know that. So I had a PS4, so I tried it on the PS4, and to play this game with a controller is so different, a very different experience to having keyboard and mouse. I didn't play Skyrim then after that, but I started to play The Elder Scrolls Online on PC, but it's already a long time ago, my last adventure there. Because then I tried out World of Warcraft with my husband, because he enjoys that game. He is a long-time gamer. He started to play it shortly after it came out, and he's still enjoying that game. And I really like World of Warcraft. I really like to listen to him telling me about the history of the game, in-game history, and the developers' history, so how the game was developed, how it changed, and so on. I really like to watch videos, for example, by Asmongold, when he talks about World of Warcraft, or he's showing something other gamers did in that game. So we play that every once in a while, but I'm not I wish I could, but I'm not anymore. I'm not anymore able to invest hours and hours in one sitting into a game. And nowadays games are so big. They are so big. They afford so much time and energy and focus to make it through this game, and I'm not willing to spend that much time. Yeah. But why do I talk about that? Yeah, I have a Switch Lite, and I asked the Christ Child, as we say in Germany, for an update because I really would like to play in docked mode, and I heard that the handheld experience is even better on the OLED compared to the Switch Lite. And I told you that I would like to dedicate certain months to certain hobbies, and maybe it wasn't wise to say I would take cross-stitching when I have a new Switch. Probably January will be for gaming. Probably not, I don't know. I have to decide that very spontaneously. It's a mood thing, but I'm looking forward to that so much. To both things, to cross-stitching and to playing Nintendo. And I'm a late adopter. I just wanted to, if someone among this audience is familiar with gaming and Nintendo and the Switch and so on, I know the Switch is already very old. I was already a late adopter when I got the Switch Lite. I think I got it when the first time catching COVID and I couldn't do anything else. It was shortly before the wedding, so 2022, last year. I bought the Switch Lite to see if I really like it, because sometimes you have a picture in your head and you think you like something, but then it turns out, oh no. And that was the reason why I only bought the Switch Lite. It was less expensive, and I thought I would play handheld most of the time, because you can't play that on docked mode. Docked mode means you can play it on the big screen and with other people together and so on. So I was already a late adopter then. And then there was Hogwarts Legacy coming out. So they announced Hogwarts Legacy. I thought I would be able to play it on the PC, but I wasn't, because no one told me that you need a high-end, ultra, mega, super duper computer to play this game. So we had to return it, and then I had to figure out, what do I do? Where can I play this game without buying a too expensive new system I wouldn't use? And I was I was thinking about the question whether to buy a used PS4 or waiting for the release on the Switch and then buying the bigger Switch so I can play it in docked mode. Weeks and months. I don't know if you're familiar with the episode of The Big Bang Theory when Sheldon can't decide if he wants to buy an Xbox One or PS4. I was like him, exactly. I was out of the blue I was sitting with my husband at the breakfast table, and out of the blue I said, on the one hand, you know, the PS4 would be yes and this and that. And on the other hand, it was funny. So we bought the PS4 and we use it as a receiver, and I only play on Hogwarts Legacy on it. And I'm grateful that I did, because I heard how bad Hogwarts Legacy works on the Nintendo Switch. It's just the system is already too old. The Switch is 7 years old. I don't want to bore you too much with gaming, because I don't know how many of you are interested in gaming, but I'm looking forward to playing games like Mario Kart, for example, with my husband during the holidays when he's off work, and all these fun things, you know, or Tetris against each other. Oh, I love Tetris. I was such a Game Boy girl. Yeah, and all these things. So probably January is for gaming. I haven't decided yet. And now it is 10 to 4 p.m. and I don't know what to do. I still have pain. I'm not sure if I really don't know what to do. There is one thing I have to figure out for the newsletter for next year, because they changed something in technique things, but I don't see me being able to do that with that head right now. But there is nothing I can see me doing with that head right now. So probably I will sit on the couch and listen to Sherlock Holmes and finish the audio play I started today. That was a lot of talking, I'm very sorry. Probably I will cut a little bit and put it into different Vlogmas episodes. I don't know. I hope you still enjoy this Vlogmas, even if there are episodes like this today. And we will see each other tomorrow. Bye.